evening, basketball fans, and welcome to our continued coverage of the ASEAN Basketball League's 9th season. We are coming to you live at the Gor Kertajaya in Surabaya, Indonesia for this matchup between the CLS Knights and the defending champions, Alab Pilipinas. Sedaf Tubas with Marco Benitez, and we are proud to bring you this match tonight. Of course, CLS Knights coming off a big win over Mono Vampire, and Alab Pilipinas looking very, very sharp in their debut last week.
Well, that's exactly correct, Sedaf, and it's going to be a great matchup here, especially here at Gor Kertajaya, the second and final meeting in the regular season between these two teams, as they are part of different groups. As you take a look at the team standing, San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, the only undefeated team so far, as the Formosa Dreamers lost to the Mono Vampire Basketball Club yesterday, while the CLS Knights Indonesia looking to add to their win total here at home and to get back at San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, especially after that sorry loss last Sunday.
So revenge will be on the minds of this CLS Knights team. Maxi Esho and the rest of the crew will be looking for their third win at home. You know, this is a great way to bounce back against a very strong team playing here at home in their home floor.
Well, this venue has really been known as a passionate fan base, and it's always hard to play here if you are the visiting crowd. And the CLS Knights will look to draw from the intensity and the passion of this crowd here in Gor Kertajaya to get back at the defending champs. And we all know CLS Knights coming off a win against the Mono Vampire Basketball Club. So we will try to jump off from that, the confidence and the momentum coming from that game.
Alab Pilipinas, of course, parading a new import in PJ Ramos. Ronaldo Balkman has returned for another tour of duty for Alab. But you take a look at the keys to the game here for the CLS Knights, Marco.
First and foremost, get back on defense, especially in transition. 18 fast break points for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, highlighted by about 5 dunks on the fast break from Ronaldo Balkman. Of course, number 2, they have to box out, especially PJ Ramos, Ronaldo Balkman, Kalen Tiongson. Multiple second chance opportunities for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, sometimes resulting in 3-point shots. 14 3-pointers in that game for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. And of course, they have to minimize their turnovers. Talking about the CLS Knights, they had 14 turnovers resulting in multiple points off turnovers. And of course, San Miguel Alab Pilipinas feeds off those turnovers, converting them into turnover points, especially in transition where they are most dangerous.
When you talk about Alab Pilipinas, you see the length, you see the athleticism, and now, you know, a lot of versatility in this lineup this season, Marco.
That is correct. Now that they have Kalen Tiongson, they also have a Brandon Rosser. You have Bobby Ray Parks, who can play the number 1 spot. Alvano is there, who's a quick, very pesky defender. You also have Ronaldo Balkman, who can pretty much guard every position on the floor. That gives them a very versatile lineup. But we take a look at the previous game between the CLS Knights, where they won by 5 points against the Mono Vampire squad, who were just trying to find their chemistry. They had 45 rebounds in that game. And also in the previous game, San Miguel Alab Pilipinas walloped the CLS Knights, limited them to just 26 points in the first half, en route to a 27-point victory for the home squad in Santa Rosa, Laguna.
Oh, they just jumped the gun on the CLS Knights. And you gotta love Alab's performance, though, because they started the season pretty late, and all of these teams already had the 3 or 4 games under their belts. But for Alab, it didn't seem to be a problem. The sharpness of this team is just remarkable.
Actually gave them a chance to really scout their opponents, and to the disadvantage of teams like CLS Knights, they did not know what to expect from San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. And Ronaldo Balkman, adding that 3-point shot to his amazing arsenal, had about 5 3-pointers in that game. And PJ Ramos as well, the 7'3" big man, who not only is a force inside but also has the range, had 4 3-pointers in that game.
Well, that's been the problem, actually, because this Alab team is coming up with surprises. And even PJ Ramos' outside shooting was a surprise for most of basketball observers. As we take a look at the CLS Knights, they start out with this Wante Brandon, one of their second leading scorer in this team, and very versatile player, and I think he will be a key here against Alab.
That's exactly correct. Only had 7 points in that game against San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, and a lot of that is because of the versatility that you mentioned, Sedel, of the defense of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. They can switch a lot of those frontline screens, a lot of those handoffs, and really Monte Brandon had a difficult time in that game. So let's see if he's able to bounce back here against San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, especially coming off a great win against Mono Vampire.
Well, he's been teaming up pretty well with Maxi Esho, And Monte Brandon is one player to look out for the CLS Knights. Certainly, when you talk about playing on the wing and using that athleticism, that speed, it's Monte Brandon that you were talking about with regards to the CLS Knights. But they do have some very solid players. But on the other side, Ronaldo Bachman, I think he's better than he was last season, Marco.
I think it's a function of losing Justin Brownlee, so really coming out very aggressive. He added a three-point repertoire to his game. PJ Ramos as well, showing us the touch from the outside. There was a lot of question mark with PJ Ramos not defending Stephen Hurt from the outside, but he himself was a force both inside and out, and especially, I liked especially the way he let go of those baseball passes towards Ronaldo Bachman and the rest of his teammates to feed them in transition.
Well, he just starts the offense himself, this PJ Ramos, and also can finish at the post. Of course, that's been his calling card throughout his career, but this three-point shot, this quick release actually is will be a problem for the rest of the ASEAN Basketball League. And
I got the chance to talk to Coach Amakuan, and he said one of the intangibles PJ Ramos brings to the floor is that he is such a likable person, likable teammate, and it just bodes well for the chemistry of the San Miguel Alab Pilipinas squad. And of course, we know #1 scorer Ronaldo Bachman, who was just a force from everywhere on the floor. The motor is there, the energy that he brought all season long was right there from the get-go for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, and as we mentioned, he added that three-point shot to his arsenal.
The passion as well. Ronaldo Bachman plays with a lot of emotion, a lot of passion, and with his team, he certainly is very, very comfortable with the way this team has been set up for him. He's Justin Brown is no longer around to be his tag team partner, but Ronaldo Bachman has shown, I think he started the season preparation for the season very early, and that's the reason why he's come out very, very sharp and looking in very good shape.
And it also does not hurt that the guy he is playing with in terms of the import tandem is PJ Ramos, who is a very good friend of his, both of them playing for the Puerto Rican national team. So there's a lot of familiarity between these two players, and they can really complement each other both inside and outside the court.
And one thing as well, the difference as well from last season is that Ronaldo Bachman doesn't need to guard the other team's biggest player.
That's exactly correct, and that's one of the reasons why you have a Kalen Tiongson there, why you have a Brandon Rosser there, that relieves Ronaldo Bachman from the pressure of having to play great defense against the #1 import of the opposing squad. As we saw in the last game against CLS Knights, it was Kalen Tiongson who was matched up the entire game pretty much against Maxi Esho, and that just allowed Ronaldo Bachman to run amok in terms of offense.
Well, we will talk about that matchup in a bit as we take a look at the CLS Knights. They do have some very solid players there. Wong Wei Long is now with the CLS Knights after a very good career with the Singapore Slingers, and he is also a local player.
Yes,
because of his Indonesian mother. So this is a very, very strong CLS Knights team. This is quite different from last season as well.
That's correct, and one of the key additions to the CLS Knights squad is also Brandon Jawato, who played in the University of Hawaii, brings a lot of energy. Also, he's able to play defense against the opposing big man or opposing import, but he's going to have to step up offensively for the CLS Knights, especially against a powerhouse San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
Firepower isn't a problem for Alab right now. They may have lost Justin Brownlee, but Bobby Ray Parks is back. The reigning local MVP, and Kalen Tiongson can also light it up from beyond the arc.
When you talk about depth, Sadelf, one of the deepest teams by far here in Season 9 of the ASEAN Basketball League, San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
As we go to our Coliseum Barker for the starting lineups.
Kita akan nyanyikan sama-sama lagu kebangsaan Indonesia Raya. Kami mohon semuanya boleh bangkit berdiri. The National Anthem Indonesia Raya.
Our player matchup, Maxi Esho and Kailan Chongson. You know, Kailan Chongson managed just 4 points, but he did have 8 rebounds and 7 assists, and probably held Maxi Esho to just 20 points.
That is exactly correct. And as you remember, most of the shots, or a lot of the shots of Maxi Esho were well challenged by Kailan Johnson. Just that he would just provided better offense. We talk about Maxi Esho, but Kailan Johnson has found a role here, found a home here in San Miguel Alab Pilipinas as part of the starting lineup for the second game in a row. And of course, you have Ronaldo Bogman, PJ Ramos, Ethan Alvano, who has been a revelation for Coach Jimmy Alapag, and current number 2 overall pick in the PBA draft, Bobby Ray Parks.
Well, he missed the draft for this game.
Yeah.
Bobby Ray Parks, talk about being committed to your team right now.
And what I heard, Sedelf, is that he is going to finish this ABL season. He will go by way the same Christian Stan Hardinger route. He will finish the ABL season before joining his mother ball club in the pro ranks.
Well, I think he is worth the wait, Marco, when he finally gets to suit up in the pros back in the Philippines.
One of the most well-rounded and polished players coming out of the amateur ranks.
There's really no question mark on what he can do with regards to playing at that level. Bobby Ray Parks, but for now his focus will be with San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, with Coach Jimmy Alapag right there. Had a storied international career for the Philippines, and now winning an ABL title in his rookie season.
Yeah. And you know, I think Bobby Ray Parks, tremendous experience, and this stint here with San Miguel Alab Pilipinas helped his career tremendously as he has gone up against various world imports. We've seen him matched up against the likes of Marcus Elliott, Anthony Tucker. He is the reigning local MVP here in coming from season 8. And he's just added tons of volumes to his game.
Over the past couple of years in the ABL, we've seen Bobby Parks develop and mature as a player. Coach Brian Rosum has a tough task ahead of him as he tries to lead the CLS Knights to a victory against the reigning champions, San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. San Miguel Alab Pilipinas came into the season with a mission, and they haven't, no team has repeated in the ABL. So that surely plays in the minds of Coach Jimmy Alapag and the rest of Alab.
And from the way they started last Sunday, they are looking very sharp, as you mentioned, and poised to really be a contender here. I think the most crucial thing here for the CLS Knights is the way they start the ball game, especially in front of their home squad. They cannot go down 7-zip San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, which is how they started out in Santa Rosa a week ago. Remember, this is going to be the third game for the CLS Knights in the span of 1 week. Meanwhile, for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, a whole week to prepare for this matchup.
San Miguel Alab Pilipinas arrived here yesterday, I believe. And had some shots up yesterday as well. So just about ready for tip-off here at Gor Kurtajaya. We are underway. It's Wong Wei Long gets that basketball to begin this ball game. CLS Knights wearing that white jersey. Alab Pilipinas in red. And almost immediately, Ronaldo Balkman with the steal, and he will go all the way for the jam.
Ronaldo Balkman, one of the best at picking off those passing lanes. Has such long arms and is so quick, especially in transition.
Wong Wei Long bothered by the defense of Ethan Alvano.
And we saw that almost the entire game last Sunday. Alvano doing a good job shadowing Wong Wei Long.
CLS Knights starting with Stephen Hurt right there. Wong Wei Long, Maxi Esho. This is Brandon Jawato. Hurt with a jumper. Short. And PJ Ramos collects the rebound.
There you saw PJ Ramos coming out a little bit farther there. Coming out a little harder on that jump shot of Stephen Hurt.
Ray Parks. Tough to shoot. Parks on the move. Goes to Alvano at the corner. Alvano against Wong Wei Long. 7 seconds in the shot clock. Alvano puts it up. Hurt goes down as he went for that rebound. There will be a foul on Kalen Chongson.
And immediately we can hear the crowd cheering on that defensive stop for the CLS Knights. Again, this venue, not a very difficult venue to play at. One of the reasons is because of the traction. The humidity here in Gor Kurtajaya sometimes plays a big factor.
Well, especially some of the new guys here for Alab. They have Ethan Alvano's first time here playing in this league. Pass was strong, but Hurt recovers. Maxi Esho against Chongson. That's our matchup before the game. Brandon for three, no good. Ramos just plucks that ball out of the air. Ethan Alvano. Go to Ronaldo Balkman. PJ Ramos in possession in the low block. Stephen Hurt will be whistled for the personal. That's going to be a tough matchup for Hurt.
And this is the beauty of having a PJ Ramos. Not only can he shoot the three ball, he can also post up with his back to the basket. And because of his frame and his heft, very difficult for Stephen Hurt to defend him one-on-one without having to give up a lot of contact.
Ray Parks goes to Balkman. 5 seconds in the shot clock for Alab. Balkman for three. Too strong. Ramos gets the board. Long two for PJ. Battle for the rebound. You gotta like the hustle from the Knights, but they could not get possession back.
Well, so far they've been able to limit San Miguel Alab Pilipinas here. Field goal percentage of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas not the same way they started in Santa Rosa.
Chongson goes to PJ Ramos. Short on the three. And Jawato grabs the rebound.
Remember, San Miguel Alab Pilipinas had 14 triples in that game in Santa Rosa, Laguna.
Stephen Hurt. To Brandon. Maxi Esho now. Finding it tough to get past Kalen Chongson. Brandon Jawato. Tough shot right there from Jawato.
And there you see the defense being played by Bobby Ray Parks. Also an excellent lockdown defender on the perimeter.
They go ahead to Parks and he will miss the jam.
Oh, sorry miss there for Bobby Ray Parks. Did not get as much elevation as he would have wanted.
Maxi Esho pulls up offline on the three.
Both teams struggling here to start this ball game out.
Balkman. They go to Parks against Wong Wei Long. Parks inside, and he will score.
Good decision there on Bobby Ray Parks, recognizing the mismatch. Gets the ball from Ronaldo Balkman, and then no help defense for Wong Wei Long.
Parks is going to have a field day if that stays. The Esho is forced into a miss by Chong Son again. Balkman. It's Monte Brandon. Go to PJ Ramos. Puts that ball on the floor. He gets stripped by Maxi Esho.
Well, that's one of the things you don't want if you're PJ Ramos, to have to put the ball on the floor and leave it open for quick hands of the CLS Knights.
Knights still looking for their first basket. Wong Wei Long drops it to Brandon, and he will be fouled by Kalen Chongson.
That's going to be the second personal foul on Kalen Chongson, and that is what Wong Wei Long has to do. He has to penetrate, break the defense down, and then once the help comes, kick it out to an open teammate. Good decision there by Monte Brandon to take it strong to the basket.
And Brandon had an open baseline jumper, opted to take it strong. So early sub here for Kalen Chongson. In comes Lawrence Domingo in his third season with San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
And you know, Sidelf, I think this is where one of the big advantages of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas lies in the depth of their bench. You see with Kalen Chongson picking up his second personal, the guy you have off the bench is either Lawrence Domingo or Brandon Rosser, who also had a stellar debut last Sunday. So you just see they're about 10 or 12 deep, and about one or two deep in every position.
Absolutely. That's a miss. And the Knights still scoreless here. Alvano goes to Balkman. Balkman pulls up, baseline jumper, short. Esho trying to save it. That's a tough break again for CLS Knights.
This is a nice matchup here, and you know, for Maxi Esho, he's defending #1 offensive player of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, so he's going to have to exert a lot of effort defensively, while on the other end, Balkman is not the one picking him up.
Then Alvano on the move, drops it off to Lawrence Domingo, too strong on the reverse.
Pulled off the bench is Lawrence Domingo, but that's his favorite shot, that reverse.
Wong Wei Long goes to Esho. Brandon Jawato gets it back. Stephen Hurt. Knights trying to move that ball around, and another steal here by Balkman.
That's a second pass that has been picked off by Balkman, going the way of Monte Brandon.
Can't afford those weak passes with Balkman there.
And if I'm not mistaken, that's a second turnover as well of the CLS Knights.
PJ Ramos against Stephen Hurt. Bodies, and PJ Ramos showing us the touch.
Yep. We saw his outside scoring in the first game. Right now, showing us that the inside game.
Ethan Alvano just causing all sorts of problems defensively there. Alvano on the move, and Ethan Alvano scoring on the tough layup. And Alab Pilipinas is off to a terrific start here at the home of the CLS Knights. 8-0. We're at the midway point of the first period. CLS Knights still looking for their first basket. We're back at the Gore Basket Kertajaya in Surabaya, Indonesia. At the Knights ground. But so far, the CLS Knights have been shut out in the first 5 minutes of this ball game. San Miguel Alab Pilipinas leading 8-0.
And this is what we talked about, Sidelf, at the start of the pregame. This is exactly what you did not want to happen if you are the Knights. 7-0 start last Sunday, 8-0 start today. 3 turnovers already for the CLS Knights.
Alvano gambled on the steal. Wong Wei Long back rims that long too.
0 of 6 from the field right now for the Knights.
The home crowd getting a bit anxious here.
Yeah.
PJ Ramos gets it on the low block. And Stephen Hurt. Ramos, turnaround shot, that's good.
That's just a great move there from Ramos, feeling his defender after a couple of bumps and then a drop step to the baseline. And how about the soft touch from the 7'3" big man?
PJ Ramos, you see the logic why they brought in PJ Ramos was the Stephen Hurt knocks down the first basket for the CLS Knights from the perimeter.
And this is the weapon of choice of Stephen Hurt because he knows that he's not going to be able to post up one-on-one against the 7'3" PJ Ramos, so he decides to take him outside.
Balkman! Oh my goodness, another dunk for Ronaldo Balkman.
And that is what his outside shooting from last Sunday has opened up.
Maxi Escher misses.
Good follow-up there coming from Monte Brandon. They're going to need the energy coming from Brandon. They need this crowd to get into the game. Give them some momentum, give them some lift.
Ray Parks. PJ Ramos gets into the low block again. Go to the other side to Balkman. Against Monte Brandon. Maxi Escher was too close for the pass intended to Lawrence Domingo.
That's twice they went to PJ Ramos, and then on the weak side, Balkman goes to the corner. Lodo dives into the paint, drawing the defender of Balkman as well, leaving Balkman wide open.
First change here for Alab Pilipinas. It's Pau Havilona coming in for Ethan Alvano. Short on that jumper from PJ Ramos. Maxi Escher quickly down court, pulls up, short. Brandon collects the rebound, Wong Wei Long. Stephen Hurt, they go down low to Maxi Escher. Great defense by Domingo. Jawato attacks and he was...
Oh, that's great job there by Lawrence Domingo, drawing the offensive foul.
The crowd did not like that call.
But how about the initial defense by Domingo, forcing the bad shot on Maxi Escher, and then quickly recovering on that penetration by Jawato.
Look at this. Domingo moving his feet, getting to the spot.
Yeah. And he was outside the restricted area.
Brandon Rosser is in for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
A little bit of confusion here as referees have yet to hand Balkman the basketball.
Looks like it was Ray Parks.
Just to give you an idea of the depth of the point guard position here for Alab, you still have Josh Urbistondo coming off the bench, and Parks himself can play that #1 spot as Balkman cutting from the weak side gets that pass from Ramos.
Can't overstate it enough how sharp this Alab Pilipinas team we're seeing right now. Wong Wei Long on the move. Wei Long gets that one to go.
Recognizing that Paulo Havilona is not as quick or as tall as Alvano, takes him off the dribble, goes to his left, and then the veteran, former local MVP, Wong Wei Long.
No, that's a tough shot there. Havilona played him very well, and up until the final moment, it didn't look like Wong Wei Long was going to hit that.
And he's another big addition here for the CLS Knights. Gives them that stability at the point guard spot. Of course, he's trying to fill the shoes of Mario Wuisan, the Indonesian legend.
Rosser. PJ Ramos, Habilona is open. He'll take the three. Too strong on the shot from Paulo. Rosser collects. Gets the bump from Hurt. Domingo with another rebound. PJ Ramos is a turnover. Maxi Esho.
That's a hard foul there on the part of Lawrence Domingo. Although he went for the basketball, but they may rule it as excessive contact.
Sportsman-like foul on Lawrence Domingo.
I think it was also brought about by his momentum, because he initially went for the basketball, but then on the follow-through, there was that hack.
Yeah, absolutely there. As Lawrence Domingo.
And of course, Maxi Esho not appreciating that.
I think it was more of his momentum, really, that they were running into Maxi Esho. He got the ball initially, but Esho was already away.
And PJ Ramos sticking up for Lawrence Domingo. And Esho still talking.
And Esho trying to calm everybody down. And all the Balkman. Another look on display. Esho was quick.
From that angle, Sedelf did not look like an unsportsmanlike, because he got a lot of ball. The referees looks like they're going to rule it as an unsportsmanlike foul. So 2 free throws plus possession. Big opportunity here for the Knights.
Maxi Esho making the first of 2 free throws. They will get the ball back, the CLS Knights.
First free throw conversion for them. They're 3 of 11 from the field. Meanwhile, San Miguel Alab, 7 of 17. But they have also yet to hit a 3-point shot in this game.
Well, that's a positive if you're the CLS Knights, considering that Alab had 14 3-pointers in the last game. That's just remarkable, Marco.
And I believe, if I remember correctly, Bachman had 3 3-pointers as early as the start of the second quarter. So Esho still talking.
And Bachman and Esho have been going at it, chatting for a while. Long Wei Long. 10 seconds in the shot clock. Wei Long, it goes to Hurt. Maxi Esho against Domingo. Domingo will be whistled for another foul.
And Esho with the right idea. That foul by Domingo is still fresh from the minds of the referees. Again, going aggressive at Lawrence Domingo, and then picking up Domingo's second personal.
And Maxi Esho is back at the line. Hit 2 free throws in his previous trip. Played for the Saigon Heat last season. And also was a big addition to that Saigon team.
And he has been the #1 scorer here for the CLS Knights. He's averaging close to 22 points per game, 7.5 rebounds, also a steal and a half. Just an all-around player here for Coach Rosen.
2 for 2 for Maxi Esho. Lead is down to 4. Alab Pilipinas.
Good recovery here for the guys in white. Remember, they scored just 13 points, or I think that's 14 points in the entire first quarter. Last game, White Alab scored 23.
Habilona on the spin move, taking Wong Wei Long off the dribble.
So trying to get some retribution here is Paulo Habilona. And Habilona, not one of your quickest, but one of your high basketball IQ guards.
That's a foul right there. Initially from Wong. Habilona at the line. First free throw. That's good. Paulo Habilona actually used the stint with San Miguel Alab Pilipinas as a springboard to get to the pros back in the Philippines. And now he's back with San Miguel Alab Pilipinas for another championship run.
Ray Parks comes back into the game, so he will play the point guard spot. I expect probably Coach Jimmy Alpag sticking with Lawrence Domingo despite the two personals. Hidayat also in for the CLS Knights, replacing Wong Wei Long.
So 1 minute and 6 seconds remaining in the first quarter.
Hidayat gave a good account of himself in their last game against Mono Vampire. Had 6 points, 2 of 5 from the 3 ball.
Hidayat against Parks. Lose the handle there. The ball will stay with the CLS Knights. It's Rahmat Otomo on the drive.
He was one of the X factors for the Knights against Mono Vampire, if I'm not mistaken.
It's a big win at home, 80-75 against Mono Vampire. 3 ball. It's a miss. Ramos with another rebound.
Let me go for the 2 for 1.
Huge differential between shot clock and play clock, almost 17 seconds. Ramos pecks it in. PJ Ramos
flexes that muscle, and he has been a problem here for Stephen Hurt. And the right idea there by Alab Pilipinas. The CLS has not found a solution to that post game by PJ Ramos, so they continue to feed the big man down low.
I mean, what do you do here if you're CLS Knights, Marco? You want to double him and leave Ray Parks open, and
you have to pick your poison. So you probably double him after a couple of dribbles, force him to kick it out, and then go for a soft challenge against the 3-point shooting of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Make them prove that they can knock it down here in Gor Kurtajaya, rather than allow PJ Ramos those high percentage shots from within 10 feet.
PJ Ramos already with 9 points in the ball game. Maxi Esho. The handoff to Brandon. We'll go back to Esho against Parks. Quick double from Ronaldo Balkman, and Ray Parks is caught holding onto Maxi Esho.
And there you see a little bit of the versatility of Bobby Ray Parks on the cross matchup. Picking up Maxi Esho, was about to hold his own on defense, but the referee's catching him for the hand check foul.
Coach Jimmy Alapag really going to his bench early here. Josh Orbistondo is getting set to come in.
In that blowout win against the Knights last Sunday, it was only Balkman who played above 30 minutes. Had 31 and 45 to be exact. Everybody else had 28 minutes or less.
Well, it will be a long and grueling season here in the ASEAN Basketball League. We have 10 teams this season. Parks, second remaining. Parks to beat the buzzer.
We remember Rosser had that follow-up dunk to end the half, I believe, on Sunday, but time running out here in the first quarter. Another good start for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
19-11. The visiting San Miguel Alab Pilipinas with an 8-point lead over the CLS Knights. We'll be right back. Welcome back to our continued coverage of ASEAN Basketball League Season 9. Kertajaya in Surabaya, Indonesia, as Brandon Rosser misses the three. San Miguel Alab Pilipinas with an 8-point lead over the CLS Knights of Indonesia.
And we saw San Miguel Alab Pilipinas try to go to PJ Ramos down low on the first possession. And the defense of the CLS Knights was waiting. PJ Ramos kicked out the three-point shot. And Sandy Corniawan makes his appearance felt. Announces his entry with a three-point shot at the corner.
Great kick out there on the drive. Rosser attacks. Anticipated by Esho. Maxi Esho on the move. Oh,
smothered.
He gets erased there.
Febrio Tomo now in the game also for the CLS Knights.
Alab still looking for their range from beyond the arc as Ray Parks misses on the three.
Nice enough. I think this is where the Knights can capitalize and take advantage of their defense against PJ Ramos. If they can provide some help to Ramos to prevent him from getting good scoring position, give up that three-point shot and make Alab prove that they can knock it down here.
PJ Ramos foul is before the shot.
You see how deep Ramos got into that paint against Ferman Nugroho.
Baseline inbound for Alab. Go back to PJ Ramos. That's a quick double. PJ Ramos and Nugroho are down on the floor.
And I guarantee Nugroho is going to need some ice packs after this ball game.
Sandy Kurniawan was the one who tried to blitz PJ Ramos there.
You see Nugroho with that right smile on his face. He knows the challenge that is right in front of him. A 4-0 start here for the Knights. Start out the second quarter.
15-14. Go back to PJ Ramos. Ramos, fadeaway short.
And that's the shot you have to give Ramos, that fadeaway floater.
Hidayat on the move, the teardrop, too strong. PJ Ramos ahead to Bachman. Maxi Esho, great hustle. Back to Bachman, but Brandon takes it away. Esho back to Brandon. Corner one, three ball.
And you know, despite the miss, better effort on transition defense from the Knights.
And on the drive, Ray Parks finds Ronaldo Bachman. 1-on-3, Maxi Esho draws the foul.
But I like the aggressiveness there of Maxi Esho attacking PJ Ramos and Brandon Rosser, begging the referees to give the foul to him instead of PJ Ramos.
Maxi Esho running the break all alone.
Well, one thing that the Knights have been doing well is preventing Alab from getting out and scoring on the break. So far, just 2 fast break points for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, although they've already scored 8 points off turnovers, as the Knights have committed 5 turnovers here in the first half.
I think they've learned their lesson, Marco, with last week with PJ Ramos with a quick outlet, and I think Maxi Esho has done a great job there looking for Ronaldo Bachman that he's not leaking out.
Yeah, they've learned their lesson. They want to avoid those Ronaldo Bachman highlight dunks, especially here on their home floor.
Lead is down to 5, 21-16. Hidayat gets a breather. And Wong Wei Long is back in the ball game. And Bachman as well is on the bench. There's a quick timeout for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Under 8 minutes remaining. Alab with a 21-16 lead. Jaya in Surabaya, Indonesia. Alab Pilipinas protecting a 5-point lead against the CLS Knights. Albano to Orbistondo. Josh Orbistondo back to Albano. 8 seconds in the shot clock. And Albano. Orbistondo using that fake. 3-ball is good.
The fireball knocks down his first 3-pointer of the game. How about the patience there by Ethan Albano and Orbistondo?
Fake there to take out the defense of Kurniawan. Long way long, 3-ball, in and out. Also with the rebound, Orbistondo quickly to Albano. Back to Orbistondo, back to back. No good on that attempt.
Would have been big in and out there. But Albano recognizing that Orbistondo can get hot in a hurry.
Jawato's back in the game. It up to Esho. Renews his matchup with Chongson. Wrong way long, kicks it out. Jawato lost the handle. 2 seconds in the shot clock, but that is going to be a violation.
This is what we talked about, the moisture affecting that basketball. Would have been an open shot for Jawato, has yet to get his game going. 0 for 1 from the field, still scoreless.
It was called for a charge earlier as well on as he drove to the basket against Lawrence Domingo. Ronaldo Bachman is in the ball game. Albano back to Bachman. Jawato read that play very well, but he lost the handle. 8 seconds in the shot clock. Albano puts that ball on the deck. Ethan Albano. Another strong move.
And there you see the explosiveness there of Albano. And because of the alignment of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, nobody there to help on the penetration.
Way long. Back to Hurt. 3-ball. Doesn't get that one to go. Albano to Orbistondo. And Chongson. Esho was caught reaching in.
And you know, this is a quick lineup, small lineup here for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. You have Bachman at the 5, Kalen Chongson playing that 4 spot, and then you have Domingo, Albano, and Orbistondo.
All with the ability to run the break.
And how about your rebounding bunnies, so to speak, in Kalen Chongson and Lawrence Domingo.
Another basket for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. The lead has ballooned to 13 points with under 6 minutes remaining in the second period. The Knights sue for time as they trail the visiting Alab Pilipinas. Back inside the Gore Basket Kertajaya in Surabaya, Indonesia. We're still watching the ASEAN Basketball League Season 9. Alab Pilipinas and the CLS Knights battling it out. Maxi Esho losing the handle. Go quickly, Torbistondo drops it off to Lawrence Domingo. That should count there.
It looked like a goaltending there as Domingo already got it off the glass. How about the pesky defense of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas?
Sandy Cornyawan, turnaround shot, that's good!
Oh, what a move there by Sandy Cornyawan. Reverse pivot going to the baseline.
That's a difficult shot there, Marco.
Putting Domingo on that spin cycle.
Josh Orbistondo guarded by Jawato. Go to Domingo. Alvano hit a 3 earlier. Orbistondo, Balkman on the move. Ronaldo Balkman.
And you're showing us the quickness. And again, because of his outside shooting the last game, forcing Stephen Hurt to come out. And this is going to be a tough matchup for Stephen Hurt because Balkman is much quicker, especially coming from the outside.
And Balkman picking the pocket of Hurt again. They go back to Balkman and he will score.
Esho probably got away with a foul there as there was contact. And this is one of the reasons why Coach Jimmy goes with this small lineup, because Balkman can defend the 5, but we've yet to see Stephen Hurt be able to defend Balkman on the perimeter.
It is at 15 points for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Maxi Esho, Stephen Hurt, the jumper. Chong-Song with the rebound.
And on the defensive sequence, Balkman just parking inside the lane.
Oh, Ronaldo Balkman is on fire in the second period.
And you have to be careful. That's a personal 5-0 run from Ronaldo Balkman. Extends the lead to 18.
Got 10 points now, Ronaldo Balkman. Leads all scorers. Maxi Esho pulls up. That's good.
And this is what we were talking about. That's a tough shot. Could not have defended that any better if you're Kalen Tiongson, but just great offense coming from Maxi Esho.
Then Alvano. 7 points so far. Alvano pulls up, 3-ball.
This is one of the things that Alvano has to work on if he wants to develop a solid career here in the pros. That consistent 3-point shot as Maxi Esho. Personal 5-0 answer as well.
10 points now for Maxi Esho. His first 3 of the night. Orbistondo on the attack. Too strong on the drive. Esho with the rebound. Some signs of life from the CLS Knights. Sandy Cornyawan on the drive. He gets that one to go.
And how big has Sandy Cornyawan been here for the Knights at home?
7 points in the second period. Off the bench, Sandy Cornyawan given the CLS Knights a lift here. They were down by 18 earlier, but the Knights going on a 7-0 run to cut this lead to just 11. CLS Knights went on a 7-0 tear, forcing Alab Pilipinas to call timeout. Alab Pilipinas with the basketball now, leading by 11.
And off that timeout, CLS Knights dropped to a zone.
And PJ Ramos is back in the ballgame. Long two for PJ, just picking up from where he left off.
How about that stroke from PJ Ramos? Just takes a couple of steps back, and then knocks it down.
Long way long, short on the three. He has struggled here.
And nobody there for the offensive rebound for the CLS Knights. Only 2 offensive rebounds for them.
Ramos finds Bachman inside.
And that's a quick answer, 4-0 answer for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas out of that timeout.
Lead is back up to 15. Stephen Hurt looking for Esho. Esho against Johnson. Esho, the jumper right between the eyes.
I remember Maxi Esho was personally responsible for keeping his team in striking distance in that first half. Right now, Esho with 14 points.
Ramos inside, another great play from San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. The 2 world imports combining.
That 1-3-1 alignment against that 1-2-2 zone. Nobody there to stop PJ Ramos on that dive to the hoop.
Hurt. Go to Esho, 8 seconds in the shot clock. Maxi Esho, 3 ball. That's a miss. PJ Ramos grabs the rebound. Ethan Albano will wait for PJ Ramos, who pulls up for 3. Doesn't get that one to go.
Heat check there for PJ Ramos. Chance for the CLS Knights to have the last say here the first half.
The 2-second differential, game clock and shot clock. Wong Wei Long has the basketball against Ethan Albano. Wei Long, and Albano gives up the foul. I don't think Alab is in the penalty.
And you know, Shadelf, the score at the end of the first half last Sunday was 46-27 in favor of Alab Pilipinas. So Alab 4 points off. And the Knights have a chance to better their first half output in this possession.
Thomas Torres has been inserted to the game for Ethan Albano.
For defensive purposes against Wong Wei Long. As Albano has yet to commit a foul.
Wong Wei Long, 3 seconds. Wong attacking, he draws the foul on Thomas Torres.
And the veteran smarts of Wong Wei Long taking advantage of Thomas Torres right there.
He saw Thomas Torres getting extra aggressive on him, and he used that aggressiveness there.
Now you see Coach Jimmy Alapag teaching or giving some tips to Thomas Torres.
Wong Wei Long gets the free throw. So CLS Knights could be down by just 13 here at the end of the first half. 2 for 2 for Wong Wei Long. That will do it. First half is done and dusted here at the Gor Basket Kertajaya in Surabaya, Indonesia. The visiting San Miguel Alab Pilipinas in control, 42-29 against the CLS Knights of Indonesia. Back at the Gor Basket Kertajaya in Surabaya, Indonesia. As we take a look at the first half highlights, San Miguel Alab Pilipinas got off to a 10-0 start against the CLS Knights of Indonesia and never looked back, Marco.
But positive for the CLS Knights, they had a much better second quarter in terms of scoring. Able to score 18 points in that quarter. Sandy Kurniawan also came up big for them. He had 7 points, if I'm not mistaken, in that second quarter.
And Ethan Albano also contributing. PJ Ramos also had a very strong game. As we turn you over to our courtside reporter.
Hi guys, Hi, Knights Society. My name is Dion Edward, and I'm here together with the CLS Knights head coach, Coach Brian. Coach, moving on into the next half, Coach. What is your special strategy facing 13-point deficit?
Well, we have to do a better job with our transition defense. We have to get back on defense and match up. And also on offense, we have to move the ball more, and we also have to set better screens and execute better.
And I see that at the first half, you play a lot of minutes for our local players, especially Sandy, Arif, and also Firman. Is it like a special strategy facing this Alab Pilipinas?
Well, Sandy played really well in the first half. He scored a lot of points for us, and we needed that because our imports were struggling scoring. So we need, again, our bench players to come in and local players to come in and help us a lot.
All right, Coach, last but not least, what is the one thing that you want to say to our CLS Knights Society, our fans?
Well, keep following us. We're getting better. We're working hard for you. Keep supporting us, and hopefully we'll come back and win this game.
All right, Coach. Best of luck for the second half of the game. Thank you very much. Back to you guys.
Thank you, Dion. Great job there as he talked to Coach Brian Rouse. And halftime stats here, 42-29 is our score. And San Miguel Alab Pilipinas who's dominating on all categories. CLS Knights, 23 free throws in that first half.
And one of the things that's going for them, but they're not able to capitalize on those free throws, just shooting 9 of 23. They've also committed 8 turnovers, given up, or they've allowed San Miguel Alab Pilipinas to score 12 points on turnovers. So correction here, it's not 23 free throws, it's actually 13 free throw attempts, so check that. But they've given up 12 points off turnovers, and they've also given up 26 points inside the paint to San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, while they have scored just 4 points in the paint. And as Coach Rosam was saying, both Stephen Hurt and Monte Brandon have only scored 2 points apiece. So they have been absent so far offensively here for the Knights, and that is why they needed Sandy Corniawan and Maxi Esho to step up offensively.
You know, that's not going to be good enough if you're
Definitely.
Stephen Hurt and Monte Brandon, especially against this very formidable San Miguel Alab Pilipinas team. You see Ronaldo Balkman, number 34 there, warming up.
One of the positives as well for Coach Jimmy Alapag, Ethan Alvano. We were talking about him in the first half, and we have been impressed with the way he has played. Already with 7 points, he is a plus 16. Meaning Alab has outscored the Knights by 16 points when he is on the floor. 0 turnovers as well for Alvano in 14.5 minutes of play.
And the great thing about him, Marcos, he gets his baskets in the flow of the offense as well.
He does not really demand the basketball, does not pound the ball a lot, dribbling the basketball, wasting the shot clock, and does a good job setting up his teammates as 2 assists to go along with his 7 points.
Well, Josh Orbistona was a recipient of 1 assist from Ethan Alvano. And both teams actually not shooting very well from beyond the arc. Alab Pilipinas has cooled off after hitting 14 threes in their season debut. Now just shooting 3 for 10. But you still have 2 quarters to go.
Well, that is part of the home court advantage of the CLS Knights. I don't remember any visiting team that really shot the ball excellently here in terms of the three-point shot. So they are limiting the second best three-point shooting team in the league, San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, who shot 40% from downtown last game. Right now they're shooting just 30%.
And we begin the second half. It's the CLS Knights with the basketball wearing white. Alab Pilipinas in red. And then Jawato. Monte Brandon with a jumper. That's good.
And let's see if that gets him going, as Ronaldo Balkman not showing any respect to that jump shot by Monte Brandon.
Well, Stephen Hurt was there beside Brandon, so it didn't look like he knew who to defend there. Ronaldo Balkman is caught on 2 minds there. Brandon Jawato for Monte Brandon. Brandon, another jumper. This time it's offline.
And Ronaldo Balkman is going to dare Monte Brandon to try to beat them from the outside. As the CLS Knights have opted to take those outside shots instead of taking it against the 7-3 behemoth and PJ Ramos.
PJ Ramos trying to stuff that ball.
And you know, for a 7-3 center, PJ Ramos has a quick drop step. to the baseline. I think he had bad intentions on that sequence.
Quick, nimble feet. Puerto Rican. And it's not easy to just come in and come into a team that has already won a title and just fit in seamlessly.
Yeah.
And PJ Ramos has done just that.
And he's going to be a big problem, especially for the rest of the league.
We have some very good 7-footers here in the ASEAN Basketball League. Sam DeGuara, Hong Kong Eastern.
Chris Charles as well, former Defensive Player of the Year. Of course, John Fields of the Singapore Slingers.
Champion as well, Chris Charles. Now playing for Mono Vampire. Wong Wei Long. Goes to Esho, back to Wong. Great defense there by Parks. Brandon Jawato. Wong, 4 seconds in the shot clock. Has to hurt. Brandon knocks that one down to beat the shot clock.
That's a bailout jumper there for Monte Brandon, but they're going to be called for the delay of game.
Nice.
He held on to that basketball and tapped it to the referee.
CLS Knights showing great patience there. That's a technical. Looks like, oh.
It was warned.
Yeah, warning.
Next infraction will be a technical foul. There seems to be a wet spot on the floor, but Knights have been able to trim this deficit to 10 points.
Ronaldo Baldwin. Good look at Coach Jimmy Lapag and assistant Danny Siegel. Both legends in their own right, back in the Philippines.
Not seen in that picture was Coach Eric Meng.
Another legend.
Another legend.
Parks against Jawato. 2 points so far for Ray Parks. They go to PJ Ramos. Esho is there to defend. Kalen Chongsa puts that ball on the deck and drops it off to PJ Ramos.
Nice recovery there from Kalen Johnson. And how about that bullet pass coming from PJ Ramos to the diving Kalen Tiongson.
Esho on the move. Maxi Esho gets that one to go.
Showing us the versatility. Maxi Esho threading the defense.
Gives you a lot of problems, especially when he puts that ball on the deck and had his head down. Kalen Johnson unable to stop Maxi Esho as PJ Ramos misses on the turnaround shot. Monte Brandon on the move. Ethan Alvano will be whistled for the personal.
I don't know if the foul is going to go against Alvano or Ronaldo Balkman. Looks like they're going to give it to Ronaldo Balkman.
Ronaldo Balkman not happy with Ray Parks there. Monte Brandon drawing the foul on Ronaldo Balkman, and Brandon has been aggressive in the third period.
That's what he has to do. He cannot afford to have another so-so outing against San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Had 7 points in their game in Santa Rosa. And we've seen what Monte Brandon is capable of. Had 15 points against Mono Vampire to go along with 16 rebounds and 8 assists. And that's the type of effort they're going to need from Brandon day in or night in and night out.
Lead is down to 8 as the CLS Knights have made their move in the third. Parks goes to Balkman. Balkman, great defense there by the CLS Knights. Maxi Esho with the steal. Esho swinging over, long way long. Short on the 3, but there is a whistle.
Coach Rosom is going to be called for a technical as he did not like that call. And he has got to be careful here. There was an offensive foul called on Monte Brandon on that screen against Bobby Ray Parks.
Bobby Ray Parks wanted to close out on Wong Wei Long as he tried to take the 3. Coach Rosso, his reaction a bit overboard as far as the officials are concerned. So Ray Parks makes the technical free throw, and
Parks has only scored 3 points in this ball game,
and that could be big here, Marco, because the CLS Knights are doing well in this third period.
They've outscored San Miguel Alab Pilipinas 8-3 so far. 8-4 rather.
Ramos gives it up to Parks. Ray Parks on the move. Parks couldn't get the layup to go.
Ball is going to stay with San Miguel Alab Pilipinas though. 12 seconds left on the shot clock.
Ray Parks looking for his offense here in the third period. Took just 3 shots in the first half.
You know, despite not being able to score as much, Brandon Jawato has proven to be a good defensive matchup against Bobby Ray Parks.
That's great defense again by Jawato, and forces Parks into a turnover.
Because Jawato is just as big, probably just as strong, able to move his feet, stay in front of Bobby Ray Parks, and does a good job staying on the ground, keeping his hands up.
The lead was at 18 points earlier. Now it's down to 9. The CLS Knights have a chance to cut this deficit further. Brandon Jawato. Wong Wei Long against Ethan Alvano. Wei Long. Wong gives it up. Stephen Hurt. Open 3. No good. Jawato with the rebound. He pulls up. That's good.
That's a big shot there for Jawato to get his confidence going.
And the rest of Alab expecting PJ Ramos to grab that rebound, already going to the other side of the court.
Long shot resulting in a long rebound.
6-point lead for Alab. And they find an answer. They dump it to PJ Ramos.
And that's high percentage basketball for you. Alab has not been able to connect as well from the outside, so instead they dump it into their big man, takes advantage of his height and heft advantage against Stephen Hurt, draws the foul against Hurt.
What a luxury for Alab that every time that they are in trouble or they need points on the board, they can just dump that ball to PJ Ramos. And we saw that with Sam Teguara when he was playing for Mono Vampire, now with Hong Kong Eastern.
Sometimes it's unavoidable that there will be days when you cannot, the outside shots do not fall for you. So that's why it's a luxury where you have somebody that you can just dump it into, who can go to work inside, force the defense to either double him or take advantage of single coverage.
And that is what 2 for PJ Ramos.
That's what PJ Ramos has done so far.
47-40. Wei Long gives it up to Brandon. Maxi Esho. Back to Brandon. Brandon inside, taking it strong to Ronaldo Balkman.
And, you know, that's actually one of the few times that they've attacked Balkman's post defense. So Monte Brandon proving successful there.
5-point lead. Ramos couldn't get the 3 to go.
Momentum slowly shifting the way of the CLS Knights.
Monte Brandon gives it up to Esho. Another 3 here. That's good! And the CLS Knights have come out with all guns blazing in the third period.
This crowd is going wild. 16-5. They have outscored San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, and the lead is down to 2.
Just a single basket separating the team from the Philippines and the team from Indonesia after a sizzling start to the third period. Monte Brandon going to work on Balkman. And Maxi Esho knocking down the 3. We have a timeout and we'll be right back. midway point of this third quarter. And the home team, the CLS Knights, have clawed their way back from an 18-point deficit. And they get a steal here. Maxi Esho back to Brandon. And that ties the game at 47. The crowd exploding at the Gore Basket Kertajaya.
And this is going to be the first big test here for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Remember, this is the second and final time that these two teams will be seeing each other here in the regular season.
Alvano gives it up to Balkman. Parks against Jawato. 2 seconds in the shot clock. Alvano for 3. Too strong. Hurt will win that battle against Ramos. And the ball will go to the CLS Knights.
And the question for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas is, if the three-point shot does not fall for them, where do they go? As Maxi Esho has been able to defend, or Monte Brandon rather has been able to defend Ronaldo Balkman from penetrating from the outside.
Ethan Alvano has been replaced by Pau Havilona. Long way long goes to Jawato against Parks. Get the switch with Chong Son. Long way long. Parks against Wong Wei Long. Wong, the jumper, too strong.
Would have been the first taste of the lead here for the CLS Knights.
Avelona, the Kalen Chongson, the 3-ball is good.
That's a big shot there for Kalen Chongson. Struggled with his 3-point shot in their first outing, but knocks this one down to give the lead back to San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
Alab with a 3-point lead. Jawato on the move. The kick out to Wong Wei Long. Puts that ball on the deck. There is a foul going against Pau Havilona. On that drive from Wong Wei Long.
And let's see if the referees give Wong Wei Long continuation.
Wong Wei Long going baseline. Havilona trying to strip Wong. Just a baseline inbound here for the CLS Knights. Maxi Esho will go to Wong Wei Long. Parks is down. There's contact between him and Jawato.
Let's see if the referee is going to give it to Bobby Ray Parks.
And that will go against Ray Parks, I believe. And I'm not yet in the penalty. Now, CLS Knights, how have they managed to come back in this ball game, Marco?
Well, I think first and foremost, the adjustment on the defensive end. They've started to pack the paint against PJ Ramos. They forced San Miguel Alab Pilipinas to try to beat them from the outside, and the 3-point shot of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas has refused to fall. They're only 4 out of 14, 28% from downtown, unlike last meeting where they had 14 triples. So the defense of the CLS Knights has held firm. They've not been compromised by those outside shots. And the other thing is, they've not allowed San Miguel Alab Pilipinas to get points in transition.
Stephen Hurt knocking down the baseline jumper off that inbound to cut the lead to just a single point.
And just to add to that, 0 fast break points so far for Alab here in the third quarter.
What about that shot from Ronaldo Balkman?
Much needed 3-point shot from Ronaldo Balkman. Let's see if that gets him going. Only his second triple.
2 straight threes actually here for Alab. Chongson hitting from beyond the arc earlier. They're trying to restore order. Team from the Philippines. Wong Wei Long gives it up to Hurt. 5 seconds to shoot. Jawato. Offense a bit scrambled here for the CLS Knights. Hurt trying to beat the shot clock. And PJ Ramos gets the rebound. Ball almost slipping away from Pau Havilona. He recovers. Balkman against Brandon. Balkman inside. And Brandon staying holding his ground there.
The referee's going to get Paulo Javilona once again for the loose ball foul. So adjustment of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas is they put Balkman in the post, PJ Ramos on the outside, but Monte Brandon able to defend Balkman on that sequence, and that's a good call by the referee.
14 fouls each. With under 2 minutes remaining here.
So Rosser and Lawrence Domingo are going to come in. Small lineup now for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
And this was the lineup with, I think, Albano there.
Yeah.
That really got them this cushion earlier.
Well, you know, if you look at it, it's not really small. It's only small because you don't have your 7'3" center, but for the rest of the guys, that's almost everybody above 6'3", with Rosser at 6'7", Bachman about 6'8", 6'9", Kalen Tiongson and Lawrence Domingo probably about 6'5", and then Bobby Ray Parks at 6'3". So that's actually
when you have a 6'3" for a point guard, 6'3" guard, that's a big lineup right there.
And this gives them the ability to switch everything basically.
53 to 51.
And you see Stephen Hurt there getting confused about the defensive matchup assigned to him.
Kalen Chongson, 3 ball. Too strong. Brandon Rosser lost that ball on the rebound. Maxi Esho is ahead. Esho off balance shot is good.
How about the body control there of Maxi Esho? Looked a little awkward, but still managed to make that basket to tie the game up.
So smooth, Maxi Esho, when he has that ball. Ray Parks missing on the drive. Monte Brandon. Sandy for 3. That's a miss.
Good decision there on the part of the Knights to set their offense back up.
Monte Brandon. Let's see the paint. It's Arif Hidayat. 3 ball from the corner, too strong. Parks is off to the races. Kalen Chongson will not hit, but Reynaldo Bachman with the easiest 2 points.
And that's something that we've not seen here in the second half. Those transition opportunities for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
CLS Knights have been getting a lot of good shots here, Marco. Andy Cornuan. Oh, nice pass. So Monte Brandon, who gets fouled by Lawrence Chongson, landed awkwardly there. Lawrence Chongson.
And hopefully Domingo is okay as he landed.
It's Lawrence Domingo, rather. That's a foul. And that extra contact on Lawrence Domingo.
So Domingo looks to be okay. But just a 2-point advantage, which Monte Brandon can trim even further.
Monte Brandon at the line. 22.7 seconds remaining here in the third period. And Alab has been forced into a dogfight here in the third.
Yeah. And they've been limited by the Knights to just 13 points here in the third quarter, while the Knights have scored 24 points already.
First sign of adversity in this title defense of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, and they will have a lot of those this season.
And this is only the first team that they've been matched up with. They've not even seen action against, well, they're going to see action against the Formosa Dreamers, the current #1 team after Alab Pilipinas.
Ray Parks getting that layup to go. And Brandon Jawato will not have enough time for that shot. Alab Pilipinas holding on to a 57-55 lead at the end of 3 quarters. The CLS Knights, backed by this energetic crowd inside the Gore Basket Kertajaya, have turned things around in the third. And as we head into the final quarter, it's just a 2-point lead for the San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. You're still watching the ASEAN Basketball League Season 9, fourth and final quarter between the San Miguel Alab Pilipinas and the host CLS Knights of Indonesia here at the Gor Kertajaya in Surabaya, Indonesia. The Knights are within 2. They were down by 18 big points earlier. So they'll tup us with Marco Benitez here as Brandon Jawato gives CLS the first taste of the lead with that 3 ball.
And this is the explosion from Brandon Jawato that the Knights have been looking for. And I like how they've started out this fourth quarter with that 1-2-2 zone, forcing Alab to try to beat them from the outside.
Kenan Chongson gives it up. Parks from the corner. Lawrence Domingo trying to keep that ball alive. It goes to Monte Brandon. Brandon Jawato.
And this is the first taste of the lead.
Sandy, 3 ball. The CLS Knights catching fire early in this fourth quarter.
10 points right now for Sandy Kurniawan.
PJ Ramos, quick double for Monte Brandon off that blind side. Sandy Kurniawan on the move, drops it off. Maxi Esho! The bang and the bucket for Maxi Esho.
That's an 8-2 run to start this fourth quarter, using that 1-2-2 zone to get stops against San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, and then the CLS Knights sharing that basketball. And how about the spark that Sandy Kurniawan has been for the Knights?
I like the play there from Sandy Kurniawan. The defender was quickly closing out on him after he hit a 3 on the other side. Opted to put that ball on the deck and drop it off to Maxi Esho. And the CLS Knights with a chance to extend this lead here to 7. It's a 25-point turnaround.
And this is where the Knights are dangerous. Once they get that local support, and that support outside of Maxi Esho.
Balkman inside, lays it in.
At that time, the 1-2-2 zone was forced to come out on that corner, opening up the inside with that penetrating pass to Ronaldo Balkman.
Sandy Kurniawan may have traveled there. Short on the shot anyway. Chongson to Ethan Avano. PJ Ramos for 3. That's good.
How about that step in 3-point shot from PJ Ramos from the top of the key?
And all of a sudden, the Knights' lead has been chopped to just a single basket. Great start here to the fourth quarter. Timeout on the floor with under 8 minutes remaining. It's the Knights with a 2-point lead. CLS Knights with a 2-point lead over Alab Pilipinas. Backed by this energetic crowd inside the Gore Basket Kertajaya. Maxi Esho. Monte Brandon on the move. Brandon Jawato against Ray Parks. Jawato looking for a teammate. He goes to Esho. 2 seconds in the shot clock. Esho.
Would have been big if that had gone in, but excellent half-court defense from San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
PJ Ramos is open for 3. Short.
And how about the job Monte Brandon has done here in the second half?
Maxi Esho trapped, gets the ball back from the corner now.
PJ Ramos daring him to take that triple.
Hidayat to Monte Brandon. Brandon probing. Brandon laying it in.
And that is the 18th big point of Monte Brandon after just 7 points last Sunday against San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
And 2 points only in the first half.
Yes, he has more than made up for the 4-point output of Stephen Hurt.
PJ Ramos bullying his way inside. Couldn't get the layup to go. Ball will stay. It's San Miguel Alab Pilipinas with a fresh 14-second shot clock.
That's just a nice spin move to the baseline by PJ Ramos. Just left it short.
Ramos laying it in with the foul.
And how nimble on his feet is PJ Ramos. Great footwork.
Making it look easy there, Marco.
And this is one of the reasons why Stephen Hurt has been limited to just 4 points. He has really had to do his fair share just to try to stop PJ Ramos, who already has 22 big points.
Well, PJ Ramos, no double there as he got the inbound. And PJ Ramos trying to complete this 3-point play. And the crowd making their presence felt. The Gore basket, Kertajaya.
And you know, Sidel, we talked about one of the keys to this ball game. If that CLS Knights can limit their turnovers to just below 14, they have done exactly that. Just 9 turnovers so far in this ball game.
66-65. They get it to Esho. Esho on the move. Monte Brandon, jumper. No good. Brandon Jawato trying to save it. He does.
And they're going to get a foul on Ethan Alvano.
On Arif Hidayat.
But Brandon Jawato just getting that 50-50 ball, earning them that second possession.
A 66-65 lead for the CLS Knights. What looked like a blowout earlier. It's turned into a tight one. As we go down the stretch, Maxi Esho on the drive, reverse too strong. Monte Brandon recovers the loose ball and stepped on the line.
Yep, as I was about to say, Monte Brandon, another offensive rebound, third offensive rebound, 11th total rebound in the game.
Working on a double-double. Monte Brandon, 18 points, 10 rebounds, 3 assists, and 4 steals. That's a big stat there, 4 steals. And 7 for the ball game.
Unlike the first outing, Brandon has held his own against Reynaldo Balkman.
PJ Ramos gives it up to Ethan Alvano, back to Ramos. Alvano on the drive, the kick out to Parks. They swing it over to Balkman. Ramos is free. And Maxi Esho with a rebound.
Great ball movement there, but everything but the shot for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
Monte Brandon.
Oh, that's a weak pass.
And Balkman with another steal. Balkman crossover. Balkman all the way to the rack.
Now, this is one of the things that Reynaldo Balkman is known for, that open court ability to finish and to cross over his defender.
And he has you on your heels. Just very tough to stop. Reynaldo Balkman. Alab with a 1-point lead. Maxi Esho for 3.
Maxi Esho, 27 points. Third triple of the game.
Big shot at that. because that gives the CLS Knights a 2-point lead. 4.5 minutes remaining.
That's going to be a foul against Wong Wei Long as Ethan Albano was trying to post up a former local MVP. Oh, it's going to be a double foul.
The ball will stay with San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Oh, a possession arrow. No, that should be Alab ball.
Yep. Ball will stay with San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. So watch the lob pass here to PJ Ramos.
Lawrence Domingo, PJ Ramos, Ray Parks, and Ronaldo Balkman for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. And Joato, Maxi Esho, Stephen Hurt, Monte Brandon, Wong Wei Long for the CLS Knights, as PJ Ramos has made a living attacking the paint.
And you see how much of a veteran PJ Ramos is. He tells Bobby Ray Parks to cut baseline, to clear out the side, and then before he goes to work against Stephen Hurt.
So another trip to the line for PJ Ramos. 4 of 6 so far for PJ Ramos. 23 points, 8 rebounds, 2 assists.
Only he and Ronaldo Balkman rather are in double figures for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Meanwhile, for the CLS Knights, you have Esho with 27, Brandon has 18, and Sandy Kurniawan, who has been the big lift off the bench with 10 points.
2 for 2 for PJ Ramos. They're all tied at 69 once again. Stephen Hurt. Go to Esho. Back out to Wong Wei Long.
Got the mismatch on Esho.
Esho against Alvano. Kicks it out to Wong. Hurt is open for 3. In and out. Ramos with the rebound.
Alab dodging a bullet on that one.
Ethan Alvano against Wong Wei Long. They want to go to PJ Ramos.
That was a weak pass there on the part of Alvano. They had the side cleared out for PJ Ramos.
There's a timeout on the floor for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. We're deadlocked at 69 with 3 minutes and 42 seconds remaining. CLS Knights, led by Maxi Esho, have erased an 18-point deficit against the reigning champion San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. 3 minutes and 42 seconds remaining. We are tied at 69 with Alab Pilipinas in possession. PJ Ramos against Stephen Hurt.
Triangle action here for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
Ronaldo Balkman. It's Monte Brandon. Balkman inside. Missing on that one. Kayla Chongson saving that basketball to PJ Ramos. They want to go back to Ronaldo Balkman. Balkman has Monte Brandon in the air. Short on that shot. And Stephen Hurt collecting the loose ball.
And you know, one thing that the Knights have done well They prevented the fast break of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, and they've also prevented those three-point shooting of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
The runner from Esho is unsuccessful. So Alab with the basketball once again.
And let's see if they try to go back down into PJ Ramos.
Ethan Alvano. Go back to PJ Ramos. They kick out to Chong Son. Down low to Balkman. Balkman banks it in over Stephen Hurt, who is in foul trouble right now.
That's just a quick move to the baseline by Ronaldo Balkman, catching Stephen Hurt off guard.
And Hurt with 4 fouls. Probably drawn by PJ Ramos.
Yeah.
Brandon Jawato. Stephen Hurt answers right back.
And that is one thing he does well, is sink that mid-range jumper, although that's only the 6th point of Stephen Hurt, but what a time for it to come.
Tied at 71 with under 2 minutes remaining.
Baseline exchange.
Park stepped on the line. Brandon Jawato playing terrific defense there.
Crucial turnover here for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Chance for the Knights to grab the lead once again with less than 2 minutes remaining.
Wong Wei Long against Ethan Alvano. Wong loses his footing. No travel there. Monte Brandon, who has come alive in the second half. Gets it to Maxi Esho. Esho, the kick out. Hurt. Back to Esho. 3 seconds in the shot clock. Esho, the runner. That's short. Ramos ahead to Chongson. Back to Parks.
That's just great court vision there on the part of Kalen Tiongson. But again, that baseball pass from PJ Ramos. Easy bucket in transition for Alab.
That was a bullet right there. Wong Wei Long on the drive. Well defended by Alvano, but there is a foul on Ethan Alvano.
And how about the veteran move by Wong Wei Long, not settling for an outside shot, instead going aggressive and then drawing the foul against Ethan Alvano.
Wong Wei Long, an ABL veteran against an ABL rookie. A lot of contact there on the body.
That's a good call there by the referee.
So no stranger to pressure free throws. Wong Wei Long is at the line.
So far, 2 out of 3 tonight. 4 points for Wong Wei Long.
The first one is good for Wong Wei Long. For so many years, the face of that Singapore Slingers franchise. Now suiting up for the CLS Knights in the 9th season of the ABL. And he ties the game at 73.
You know, the Knights have really done a good job limiting the offense of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Alab scored 94 points last game. Now we're only at 73.
They go to Balkman. He wants Ramos to give the pick. Great anticipation there from Brandon. They go back to Balkman. Balkman on the move. Balkman gets it back. Just relentless. Ronaldo Balkman.
Got to be careful you don't foul Wong Wei Long.
Wong Wei Long weaving through traffic and putting in the layup.
How about the former local MVP? Presence of mind before San Miguel Alab Pilipinas able to set up on defense. Attacks, penetrates, and gets the bucket.
Great plays on both ends of the floor. Ronaldo Balkman on the other end. And Wong Wei Long with an answer. This is the jumper earlier from Stephen Hurt. And the basket from Ray Parks off that great feed from Kalen Chongson. And back comes Ronaldo Balkman, able to score inside. And Wong Wei Long quickly down court, beating a couple of Alab players and just unfazed by the height of PJ Ramos. A fearless drive there.
That's only his 6th attempt of the ball game. So again, no stranger to pressure here is Wong Wei Long. But off this timeout, for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, important thing here is that you get a good look, good quality look, possibly coming off the post-up from either PJ Ramos or Reynaldo Balkman.
And Wong Wei Long has scored the last 4 points, actually, of the CLS Knights here. 2 from the free throw line and 2 off that layup.
So you have Alvano, Bobby Ray Parks, Reynaldo Balkman, PJ Ramos on the floor. San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
Referees trying to sort things out here. And CLS Knights not yet over the limit.
I think it's because the shot clock started late. They had 30 seconds after that timeout. And for a while, it was 22 seconds left on the shot clock, but 4 seconds had gone off the game clock.
So they sorted things out here. We're going down the wire here at the Gore Basket Kertajaya. PJ Ramos to Ray Parks. 10 seconds to work with for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. They go down low to PJ Ramos. Ramos against Hurt. Lost the handle momentarily. Hurt playing terrific defense on PJ Ramos. They have to go down quickly. 2 seconds remaining. Wong Wei Long for the win. And that is short. And we are going to overtime.
How about that defensive stop there by Stephen Hurt? Nursing 4 personal fouls, but standing his ground against the 7'3" PJ Ramos.
But I don't think Maxi Echo was aware of the clock there.
Started to walk up that basketball.
And the fans here inside the Gore Basket Kertajaya getting a treat. We need 5 more minutes to settle this one. 75 all between the CLS Knights and the San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. Overtime period underway at the Gore Basket Kertajaya in Surabaya, Indonesia. CLS Knights clawing their way back from 18 points down in the second half. Maxi Esho gives it up. Monte Brandon for 3. Offline on that 3 ball. Park saves it to Ethan Alvano. Ahead to Balkman. And Alab Pilipinas regains the lead.
And very crucial here in the overtime period is who gets the first spurt or who gets the first run, because this 5 minutes will go faster than you expect.
Maxi Esho against Parks. Esho, 3-ball. Too strong. Balkman.
Oh, that's back-to-back jumpers for the CLS Knights, and Balkman looks a bit hurt.
Ethan Alvano on the move. Alvano taking it strong to the rack. Hurt. There's a set flying there on that rebound play. Alvano with the offensive rebound. 6 seconds to shoot for Alab. Parks to the rack. Hurt with a rebound. Another great defensive sequence there for the Knights.
Important thing here for the Knights is to get a good look and a quality shot.
Hurt. They go down low to Maxi Esho against Kalen Chongson. Esho, baseline. Wong Wei Long is free for 3. He has struggled.
That's another outside shot. Third consecutive outside shot for the CLS Knights here in overtime with almost 2 minutes elapsed.
Great job there for Alab Pilipinas as well. Ramos, the kick out to Balkman. Couldn't gather quickly, and Maxi Esho is there. Balkman, turnaround shot short. Esho tracks down the miss.
You get the sense that both teams are already exhausted, leaving their shots short.
And Sandy Kurniawan all set to enter the ball game for CLS. Stephen Hurt, extra pass. Maxi Esho, wide open 3.
Great ball movement, great extra pass there. And it all started with that penetration by Wong Wei Long, forcing PJ Ramos to switch. Top of the key was wide open, defense scrambled, and Esho was wide open.
78-77. Ramos back to Chongson, now with Balkman. 4 seconds to shoot. Balkman open, couldn't get it to go, but the second serving is good for Ronaldo Balkman.
Again, relentless on the glass is Ronaldo Balkman. 32 big points.
Also has 9 rebounds and 4 steals, Ronaldo Balkman.
And I think there was a problem with the game clock, so they reset it to 2 minutes.
The final 2 minutes. We are in overtime here at Gore Basket Kertajaya in Surabaya, Indonesia. Stephen Hurt. We go to Wong Wei Long. Hurt. Maxi Esho. Back to Hurt from the perimeter. Short on that one. Balkman with a rebound.
And another outside shot there for Stephen Hurt, that time leaving it short.
They go back down low to Ramos against Hurt with 4 fouls. Chongson is open. Gives up the shot. Ray Parks knocks down the 3.
Bobby Ray Parks only with 7 points prior to that triple. But what a time for him to hit his first triple of the ball game.
Big shot there for Ray Parks. 82-78. He was quiet for most of this ball game. But he has hit what could be the game's biggest shot. 4-point lead for Alab. 73 seconds remaining here. CLS Knights with possession. They're trailing by 4 against San Miguel Alab Pilipinas in this overtime period. Maxi Esho, quick trigger. Offline, Cornyawan tracking down the miss. It goes to Ray Parks.
They tried the elevator screen for Sandy Cornyawan, leaving Esho wide open, but nobody back down in transition quick enough to stop Ronaldo Balkman in a quick answer. And slowly this is slipping away from the Knights.
Full head of steam. Ronaldo Balkman unstoppable right there to extend the lead to 6. And BJ Ramos having some words with Wong Wei Long.
And Wong Wei Long definitely not going to back down from PJ Ramos. But again, you see the decision making there of Wong Wei Long, able to stop the clock and put himself on the foul line. So if he can sink these 2 free throws, lead is going to be down to 4 with still 44 seconds remaining.
Wong Wei Long, he works best under pressure.
Right now, 5 out of 6 from the stripe, 9 points.
Second free throw. Crowd here inside Golden Basket Kuala Jaya giving Wong Wei Long the peace and quiet that he needs to hit that second free throw. Balkman gets it and he slaps it home.
And again, no help defense. Able to stop Ronaldo Balkman. Easy 2 points once again.
Esho to Jawado from the corner. No good. Balkman gets it. And Alab Pilipinas poised to pick up a second victory here in this young campaign of theirs in ABL Season 9.
But the CLS Knights giving them a scare here on their home floor, tying the game at 75 apiece, forcing the overtime. And there was a time when they even had the lead. Biggest lead for the CLS Knights was 7 points.
Well, probably the CLS Knights providing the rest of the ABL a blueprint here.
Yes.
On how to stop this San Miguel Alab Pilipinas team.
And there's one learning here is that if you're able to stop the outside shooting and the transition game of the San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, you stand the chance.
At least a chance.
At least a chance.
And because the way the Alab has finished this game is remarkable as well. Outscoring the CLS Knights 13-5 in this overtime period. And they will come home with a huge 88-80 victory over the CLS Knights. San Miguel Alab Pilipinas improving to 2-0. CLS Knights dropping to 2-5.
Well, that was a gallant stand here for the home squad. CLS Knights, they outscored San Miguel Alab Pilipinas 26-15 in the third quarter, and again 20-18 in the fourth quarter to force the overtime. But just ran out of steam in the overtime period, only managing 5 points in overtime while giving up 13 points to San Miguel Alab Pilipinas.
Ronaldo Balkman with another big game. After scoring 33 last week, he finishes with 36 this time. They can go with 12 rebounds and 4 steals. PJ Ramos with a double-double as well. 25 points and 11 rebounds. Ray Parks hitting that big 3 to highlight a 10-point performance. And Ethan Alvano with 7 points and 8 assists for the CLS Knights. Monte Brandon with 18 points. Maxi Esho with 30. And played the entire game, Maxi Esho. And he has 30 points and 8 rebounds. And that wasn't enough. Stephen Hurt hobbled by foul trouble all game long, only had 6 points.
Well, he had the big challenge of trying to defend against PJ Ramos the entire ball game pretty much. So that limited his scoring output.
Guys, what a game. And my name is Dion Edward. I'm here together with Monte Brandon. We almost had it, Brandon. Heading into the overtime, what is in your mind heading to the overtime?
Just to keep playing hard, keep executing, keep fighting. That was our mindset the whole game, was to keep fighting. That's what we want to keep doing overtime.
especially playing against the defending champion Alab Pilipinas, especially about the second half. It was a good performance by the CLS Night Society. What is motivating you guys to play better?
I know when we went to the Philippines, that wasn't a representation of us when they beat us by over 30. So we wanted to come out here and show our home fans that we don't quit. We keep fighting. They need to keep cheering for us the whole year, keep staying with us.
All right, last but not least, another thing that you want to say to our fans.
Hey, thank you so much for coming to the game tonight. I'm sorry we couldn't get the win, but we fought hard for you guys. Thank you so much.
All right, thank you, Monte. Good luck for the next game.
Thank you.
All right, guys, what a game. And back to you guys.
What a game indeed. Thank you, Dion Edwards, for that very nice interview with Monte Brandon. 88-80 here at the Gore Basket Kerta Giants here by Indonesia. Another big win for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, but you know, you gotta like the fight shown by the CLS Knights, especially going down by 18 points.
Where they were successful in limiting the transition game of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas. And again, that big step-up performance by Monte Brandon after scoring just 7 points. Also able to limit San Miguel Alab Pilipinas' three-point shooting, a far cry from those 14 triples that they scored in that game last Sunday in Santa Rosa, Laguna. So the CLS Knights showing us some kinks in the armor of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas and showing us that they are able to stand tough and really compete against the defending champs. So a good outing as well for the CLS Knights Indonesia.
PJ Ramos went to work early, was already in double figures at halftime, and Ronaldo Bachman with another big game. Maxi Esho did his best to keep the CLS Knights in this ball game.
They gave pretty much as much as you could have asked from the CLS Knights. Just did not have enough steam to finish in the overtime period, and we saw they were not able to get back in transition. Gave up a couple of easy baskets and those transition dunks for Ronaldo Bachman in the overtime period. Meanwhile, San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, a lot of learning here coming from Gore Kertajaya, and they're going to be facing a formidable Formosa Dreamers less than a week from now. That's going to be in Santa Rosa, Laguna. That's going to be an explosive matchup as well.
Well, what a matchup would that be for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas? But they went back to what they do best.
Yes.
In the end. You saw the three-point shooting from Bobby Ray Parks and the way they finished the game. Quick outlet to Ronaldo Bachman, all alone for the layup and the dunk later on to close out this victory. Stephen Hurt didn't have a good game because he was busy defending PJ Ramos. And Ronaldo Bachman. It's a good thing as well for Alab that when they went down by 7 points, they didn't lose their composure.
And that is one of the assets of a championship caliber ball squad and a defending champ, showing composure, showing that they're not just about to give up. And again, the depth of San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, they realized that their three-point shooting was not working for a stretch, went back to high percentage basketball with PJ Ramos down low, creating opportunities for his other teammates, and then San Miguel Alab Pilipinas able to pull the win in overtime.
They started the game with a 10-0 burst. Ray Parks quiet for most of the night on the day that he got drafted in the Pro League back in the Philippines. This was the shot that fell short. That would have been the game winner for the CLS Knights. A long way long right there with the shot. And in the overtime period, it was a Ronaldo Bachman show. And that's where we finish here. Take a look at the stats. Rebounding, of course, Alab Pilipinas with that advantage, 46-36. Free throw shooting, CLS Knights with more free throws, assists, and CLS very successful in limiting their turnovers there.
Well, that was one of the reasons why they were able to keep the game close, avoided those costly mistakes, costly turnovers, resulting in turnover baskets for San Miguel Alab Pilipinas, which is their bread and butter. So since they were able to limit that, they were able to compete and even have a chance in the end.
Thank you for joining us. For my partner, Marco Benitez, this is Adelph Tupas saying good night from Surabaya.